Hi, Y10. Just going to give you a bit of feedback today on the circles maths watch that I set, the non-calculator stuff from last week. So I'm going to go through two of the questions that were hardest to answer, and then I've got some practice questions for you down here, and that's all I'd like you to do today. So I'll start with question 7 because it came before question 10. So question 7. Area of a circle is 36 pi centimeters squared, so notice the answers left in terms of pi. What is the radius of the circle? So this brings into that thing where we were working backwards as well. So first of all, let's just draw a circle, and we're trying to work out the radius. So let's do our drag. Don't know what that is. I'm trying to work it out. Area is pi r squared, and it's also equal to 36 pi. And circumference is pi d, but I'm not told any information about that. I got 36 pi from the question. So remember, pick out keywords, pick out key facts. So then I can set up an equation where I've got 36 pi is equal to pi r squared. And I want to find out what r is on its own. So I want to just get r on its own. So let's do the inverse of times by pi and divide by pi, because that's what's happening to r at the moment. So if we divide by pi, then 36 pi divided by pi, well, they just cancel out. Pi divided by pi is 1. So I'm left with just 36 equals r squared. Then I need to square root both sides. So square root of 36 is 6. So r equals 6. Okay, next question. So question 10. Work out the area of a semicircle, radius 3 centimeters. Give your answer in terms of pi. Right, I've picked out the keywords and I've got a little diagram here. So it's a circle question, so let's write out drag. My radius is 3, so my diameter is 6. Area is pi r squared and circumference is pi d. Make sure you're getting this down in your book as well, and anytime you think, right, I've got enough information to answer it now, pause the video and do it yourself, and then watch me for the rest to see if you've got the right answer. So don't just make it a copying exercise, make it a worthwhile, alright, pause it when you feel ready to pause it and have a go yourself. So I need the area, so I'm going to say A equals pi times 3 squared. Well, 3 squared is 9, so I can say A equals 9 pi. I just switch those around because we normally put the pi second after the number. Now I know it's a semicircle. A semicircle is half of a circle, so that must be 9 pi divided by 4. Sorry, I've written what I was thinking there. 9 pi divided by 2, because it's half a circle, which is 4.5 pi. And there's your answer in terms of pi. Or you could just leave it as this fraction here as well, 9 pi over 2. Right, there's the two questions that I've gone through. Can you now have a go at these two questions? So pause the video, have a go at them, and then I'll go through them. So let's mark what you've done in red pen. Area of the circle is 81 pi centimeter squared. What is the radius? Area is 81. So let's draw this circle. We're trying to find radius. So drag. Well, if I knew the diameter, I'd know the radius easily, so I don't know either of them. I know area, the formula is pi r squared, and in this case, 81 pi, I got that from the question. Circumference is pi d, but I'm not told anything about that in this question. So my equation I can set up is 81 pi equals pi r squared. Divide both sides by pi. And if you do pi divided by pi, you get 1. So that's 81 equals r squared. Square root to undo square. So r equals 9. Well done if you got that. So again, if you haven't already, have a go at question 2. And then pause it and then mark your work in red pen. So area of a semicircle with radius 5, answer in terms of pi. So it's going to be a non-calculated question. So I've got my semicircle, and I'm told the radius is 5 centimeters. So let's write down our DRAC. So R is 5, D must be 10. Area, if it was a whole circle, is pi r squared. But I know it's a semicircle, so anything to do with the area, I can just divide by 2 at the end because it's only half of a whole circle. So pi r squared, the area in this case is pi times 5 squared. 5 squared is 25. And then I know it's a semicircle, so I've got to divide that by 2. Area, let's say, of semicircle, so that's the area of, as if it was a total circle, if it was a whole circle, but we're doing a semicircle. So 25, that looks a bit like a 6, but it is a 5, over 2. 25 divided by 2 is 12.5 pi. There's your final answer. Right, hopefully that's helped you out with some of the trickier questions on the Maths Watch. Make sure you've got all of that down in your book, and then as an extension, if you want, go on to Call It Maths and find some more circle questions like this. There'll be loads on there for you to work on. Have a great rest of your day.